welcome to the channel and welcome to the first video. And it's the first video that I've been trying to make or upload for over 8 years now. I've wanted to start YouTube since 2016 and didn't really have the bottle to do it. Again, in 2020, I really took it up and thought I was going to do it. I thought I was going to upload. I was training for my first full Ironman and recorded weeks and weeks of footage, but never clicked that upload button. I always found reasons in my mind, imperfections in what I'd done. And let's be honest, it's just imposter syndrome. You can't understand how someone would want to watch you when you have 0 subscribers, 0 credibility, 0 anything in terms of experience on YouTube. So that was 5 years ago now, which kind of scares me, to be honest. And that was probably the second best chance I had of starting this channel. And so we're 5 years ahead now in the blink of an eye. And I've got this third opportunity, and I think my final opportunity, to start something which I've wanted to do for the best part of a decade. And why is this such a good time for me? Why is this the perfect opportunity? Because I'm about to embark on a pretty crazy project. Since 2016, I've been doing all sorts of different fitness activities. I did a couple of bodybuilding shows, moved into powerlifting, managed to get a 210 kilogram squat at 5'7" and like 80 kilograms. So pretty crazy numbers. Then moved into some marathon running. I've got down to 306, pretty happy with that. Did some half Ironmans, then progressed into the full Ironman distance, which I did in 2021. The next stage, really for me, has been ultra marathons. So I did my first ultra marathon last May on my birthday. Ran from London to Brighton, which was 100 kilometers. And then since then, I've really become like enthralled and engrossed and kind of semi-addicted to all of these different challenges that people are doing all across the world. Most people have seen what Hardest Geezer did, running from the bottom of South Africa up to the top of Tunisia, the whole length of Africa. Other people, you may have seen Will Googe running across the US. I think that was in like 2022 or 3. And then recently Ned Brockman, who ran across Australia and then ran 1,000 miles around a track in 12 days. What people are doing is like nothing short of insane. And I'm so impressed and kind of, find these people aspirational, not just for the running, but for the mindset and the philosophy of, I'm going to pick something really, really difficult, something which I definitely do not have the ability or the knowledge or know-how to do before I sign up. Then I'm going to sign up and go and do it, no matter what anyone else says, no matter what anyone else thinks. And I think there's a huge value in looking at that around the world and trying to bring some of that into your own space and into your own domains, whether that's your career, whether that's your hobbies, your home life, whatever it is. And I've kind of always taken that approach. I've always kind of shot for the top grades at school and then thought, well, if I have a bad day, then I'll get a B, rather than if I aim for a B, I have a bad day, I get a C. That's always been my philosophy. And this is where I'm at. So I've got some decent experience under my belt, but by no means an expert in ultra marathons, by no means an expert in multi-day running, so running for like consecutive days for long distances. But I'm going to give it a crack. So what is the challenge? What am I going to try and do? I'm going to try and run 500 kilometers in under 5 days. So it's going to be just over 100 kilometers per 24-hour period for 5 days straight. I'm going to be running between all 272 London Underground stations, and the shortest route that I've calculated will be around 500k to do that. And I should be, if I finish, the fastest person to ever do that. It's not a recognised Guinness World Record. I have applied for Guinness to give me the requirements and hopefully validate it and include it as a real world record. It's a world record currently for people doing it not on foot, so actually on the transport system. And I think the record is like just under a day. But it's not a record to do it on foot. And I think it's a pretty cool, iconic kind of thing in London, right? We've all been on the tube. It's kind of, can be annoying, can be sweaty, can be busy, particularly at rush hours. And I think, even like traveling, like a full line, the Victoria line, for example, is very quick. I think you've got that like, oh God, I want to get off, I want to finish. So I think Londoners have a, and people who've traveled here have got a good like sense of how big and how like difficult it would be to travel between all the stations. And that's, I think, part of what I was looking for in a challenge. I wanted something that people could understand and something people could relate to. Also something that was kind of around a week so that I didn't have to take any time off work. I do have a job, we'll talk about that later. And also something close to London where I live, where friends and family can hopefully come support, come and run with me, help me with aid stations, with getting food, whatever it is. So this is the goal, and I'm not able to do it as I sit here today. I'm not able to run 5 100-kilometer ultramarathons for 5 consecutive days. I'm not ready to do that. I'm not able to do that. And I don't know if I'll be able in 4 or 5 months' time when May comes around. But that's where the fun is. That's where, for me, the reason to do this comes from. So yeah, we're going to give it a crack. The most experience I have to date was doing what I call the Airport 200. I created this challenge in December, so just 4 or 5 weeks ago, I ran between the 6 international London airports in London, starting out at City, heading to Southend, then Stansted, Luton, Heathrow, Gatwick, back to City. It took me 7 days and 7 hours. I ran 346 kilometers or 215 miles on my own, every single step. So that was my kind of, my baptism into multi-day ultras and the real big kind of warm-up, I suppose, for what's going to be the biggest event of my life in May. And I learned a lot of lessons from it. I learned a lot of lessons. I was writing down along the way all of the things that had gone wrong and all of the ways that I could correct this for the Tube Challenge in May. So I'm going to document the preparation on this channel. And one of the things I kind of hope to show people is that you don't really need to do anything groundbreaking to achieve pretty groundbreaking achievements. It's all about chipping away, like each day, each week, just the little things right, sleeping well on the running side, doing your hill sprints each week, doing your interval session each week, doing your leg session in the gym to keep your legs strong, doing your mobility 2, 3, 4 times a week, doing a bit of sauna, eating right, getting some protein, all these very, very small, like things which aren't that difficult, to do the individual task. Really what the difficult thing is keeping that consistency. And that's what I hope to show on this channel. Like I'm still going to have a life. I probably won't drink in the kind of 3-4 months leading up to it, but I still have to travel, for work. I still have to see friends, still have to see family, still have social commitments. I'm not going to really change too much of my life. Like, running should fit like around your life and not be your whole life. And that's really the philosophy I like to employ because I want to do this for a long time. I don't just want to be, killing myself in a preparation and then, doing a challenge and being left thinking, well, what now kind of thing. So that's really what this channel is going to be about. Hopefully you can pick up some wisdom and hopefully you can pick up some inspiration and some kind of tools to start looking forward to some of your own goals in the way that I've looked at some ultra runners particularly or other YouTubers and taken inspiration from them and kind of permission, I think, is a good way to look at it. I think a lot of these YouTubers, the word influencer isn't, it's kind of a frowned upon word and looked down upon a little bit, but they really can be people that can influence your life positively. And I think permission is a great way to think of it. They like empower and give you permission to go after your goals because you're seeing them achieve theirs. So yeah, that's me. I'm Kurt. I'm a full-time solicitor. I'm working, I'm grinding. I'm trying to get my 2 sessions done a day. I'm trying to see my friends, my family, do my washing, pay my bills, relax a bit, eat well, sleep well, go for the odd night out. Like, this is me, and it's pretty similar to what most people's lives are like, right? I'm not paid by any company to just go train like 2-3 times a day and just chill. I'm a normal person, but I'm trying to do abnormal or super kind of human things. So yeah, please subscribe, and if you got anything from the video, drop a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will be some actual fitness. Thanks for watching, run with a smile, and I'll catch you in the next one.